Hello YouTube, today I want to show you how to grow Instagram followers. I'm going to tell you some of the tips and tricks that you can create some real organic and active followers. This video is different than any other videos that you've seen on the YouTube. I haven't found the tips and the tricks that I'm going to share with you in this video anywhere else. Some of them are unique and some of them are creative, and I will share all of them here with you. If you're watching this video, you're probably interested in growing your followers, and you have already realized that consistency is the key to get famous and get followers on Instagram. Creativity to me is another factor that is really important, and consistency again is definitely the first factor that is very important on your Instagram. You've probably seen other videos on YouTube that talking about you have to be active, you have to like other people's pictures, make comments, be interactive, and try to be working with people and make comments as much as you can to get followers. I'm not going to repeat all those tricks. I'm going to share some of the new stuff that I have learned to grow my Instagram personally with you, and hopefully you can use it and benefit it. I have categorized all the points that I want to talk to you about here, and then I'm going to show examples on my Instagram and that I have opened up in the browser as well. The first category I want to talk about is using hashtags on your Instagram. Hashtags has become one of the most important factors in Instagram. You already know that you have to use hashtags, but because of the new system that Instagram started to work with, which is following hashtags on Instagram, hashtags become more important. One of the facts that I want to mention is hashtag anywhere, everywhere, and for anything that you can think of. So if you go to a restaurant and you take a video, or if you're taking a picture with friends on the street, even in a tourism place, museum, anywhere, always try to use hashtags related to your story and picture that you share with your friends. Use more unpopular hashtags, so you can easily find them, and I'm sure that some of you have a list of hashtags already on your head. The most important and popular hashtags, you can always use them on your post. Try to be as relative as possible. Try to use hashtags that are more related to your picture, but not necessarily directly related. For example, if you're showing a scenery or nature, it's always okay to hashtag popular hashtags such as love, laugh, fun, and things like that. But don't use hashtags that are totally unrelated. I'm going to show you some of the examples on my own page. As you can see, my page is Human Inspirator, and I've grown a lot of followers recently. So I give you one example on my latest post that I did recently. I use hashtags in everywhere, in captions, when I'm introducing the people involved in my picture. Also extra hashtags at the end of the caption as well. I also use hashtags on the comments as well. So if you go to the comments, you'll see the first comment is always another list of hashtags. So use hashtags as much as you can. Okay, I'm going to go back to the list. The second category that I want to share with you is tagging people. You already know that tagging people is beneficial, but I'm going to go over two more important facts that you need to consider. Famous people, people with more and lots of followers. So you hashtagging or tagging, not hashtagging, tagging people in your pictures, that those people having more followers technically connects their followers to get an opportunity to see your picture. So always do that. Always tag people that you take a picture with and you know that they're famous or they have more followers. Ask people and friends to tag you in their pictures. So if other people do the same thing to you, if they take a picture with you, always ask them to tag you on their pictures. More tags that you have, it means that more people that could get an opportunity to be connected to your channel and to your Instagram page. So always ask people around you to tag you in their pictures. So if I want to show it in my Instagram, unfortunately I don't have a section here to show you the tag pictures, because I'm using desktop. But if you go to the your mobile, you'll see the tag version beside your pictures, and you can see who tagged you before. And I always try to ask more people to tag you in their pictures. The third category I want to talk about is captions. Make your caption related to your picture and try to explain a fact about it. So if you go to my pictures, you'll always see, because my page is actually focused on education and inspiration, my captions are always related to some sort of quotes, inspirational quotes that I could use somehow related to pictures. I can show you one example. So the caption on my picture is always a quote. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you is that your caption has to be related, and there's going to be also a fact about it. So the the relation between my caption and the picture is I try to have the theme or the fact that the code is talking about somehow related to the picture. So that's the relation I made there, and also the second fact that I wanted to tell you about is to design your caption. Since you see that on my pictures, I've tried to come up with some sort of a design. So I write a code first, and then I introduce where the code is from. Then, if there's anyone in my picture, I introduce them as their model, as my model, and then I introduce the photographer and the filter that I use. I use as much as tags and hashtags that I can in my caption as well. As you can see, there's some sort of a theme about it. I'm still working on it, but it definitely helps for showing your picture more professional and more advanced. Um, so I talked about having a theme on your caption as well. This is somehow related to tagging people. Try to have some positions and professions in all your posts. So in every post that you create, try to have some people to help you. I'm going to talk more about that in the collaboration section. But so for example, when you take a picture like this, you have a lot of opportunities to involve more people connected to your picture. You can use a model. You can use the location, Instagram. Every location, every restaurant has an Instagram page. And then if you're like me and you're writing like some sort of inspirational quotes or stories, you can always have someone else read or edit or even use their quotes for your picture, and always obviously ask them first, but then tag them. So not only you benefit and you get their followers a chance to follow you, he or she, the other people, the photographer, model, designer, coder, everyone benefits from it, because it's like everybody sharing audience together. So it's beneficial for both sides. The last part I wanted to show you and talk to you about was, or actually two more parts, so collaboration with people and partner up. Uh, Oh, I missed this part totally. Okay, the second part for models was that you use some other people, and then don't be shy, but reasonable, and approach active people. So if you want to use models, if you want to use photographers, coders, anything, designers, always try to search on Instagram, find people that have relative fair amount of followers, but not dramatically higher than you. For example, if you're in a range of 1,000 followers and you want to grow your followers, always look into people that have 2,000, 3,000, I would say less than 10,000 followers. Obviously, people with like 2 million people are not going to respond to your offer to collaborate and work together when you have like 1,000. There has to be a benefit for both sides. And don't be shy, but be reasonable. So the next part is collaboration with other people that kind of partially mentioned here. Work with others and ask them to make posts together. So that I partially mentioned that the best way of creating a post is to have as many as people involved in that post, and not only ask them to work with you and create obviously a better project because more people are working on it, but also sharing your followers with them and their followers with you. It's some sort of a connection. So this is something I recently started. So I ask people that quote, model, take pictures, and blog that we work all together. So I'm creating these posts that the picture is coming from one part of the world, the code is coming from another part of the world. There's a designer, and then I put it together. Usually I work as a designer, and sometimes I code as well. So then I connect all the audience together and everybody benefits from it. So always try to work with as many as people as you can in your pictures. I should mention, maybe as many as you can is not the best expression. Um, Again, be reasonable. Keep the balance. Don't use 200 people in one post. I think, based on what I have been working on and what I feel, about 5 or maybe 6 people max would be a good reasonable number of people. Maybe one photographer, one coder, one model, someone to design, someone to edit, and maybe even 2 editors, or like someone having maybe the layout, things like this. And then have like about 5 people involved in it. And then also, again, hashtag and tag other, like the place, location, the map, everything in the picture. Partner up with them. So partner up with the people that you start to work with. Talk to them and tell them that we're both going to work on something. We're both going to benefit on it, and make some sort of a schedule to follow up with them. Don't just use them once, and then obviously even with one time maybe you get the benefit of it, but be consistent. For example, if you're serious about your page, include like maybe 2 or 3 days a week. Half an hour, 1 hour is enough just to do it. But be consistent and be very scheduled about your time. So maybe every night for half an hour if you're very serious about it, or like once a week. But don't be like no schedule. That definitely doesn't work. So when you partner up with models and other people, always follow up with them. So with every picture that I use, sometimes I'm in a picture myself. Sometimes the other models are in the pictures. You can actually go check out my page, Human Inspirator, and see my pictures and tell me how you feel about them. Some of them are growing really fast in likes, and some of them growing in comments. All right, let's go to the next point. Use any opportunity to promote your page. Use other social medias and sites and applications to put your first. Of course, the first person that is going to promote you and is going to be confident about you is yourself. Make the posts and your Instagram in a way that you're proud of it and you want to promote it, and then your idea, your product, or anything that you're trying to achieve in your Instagram has to be approved and loved from yourself first. So as you've noticed, I'm not talking about create like improving your Instagram page as a personal page. It's more into some sort of a hobby or business on the side that you want to follow up on Instagram. So I can give you one example. Totally, right now I'm using YouTube and I'm trying to make this tutorial video, but I'm also mentioning my own Instagram page, so I'm technically mentioning it everywhere to promote my own page, right? So that's one of the examples. The second point I want to talk about is make stories, send direct messages. These have been mentioned in other videos from other people, like always be active, direct message, but don't be shy, like make connections as much as you can. Obviously be reasonable. Don't expect too much from people that have like too many followers and they don't respond to you, obviously. But if you have some sort of a reasonable benefit for them, which would be also collaborating with them, share your followers with them, they obviously going to work with you. And these methods work with whatever number of followers that you start with. You can start from 0, and then you will still be doing all of these that I'm mentioning, and create some sort of a community for yourself. I have some examples on my personal page. Please feel free to go and check it out. Follow me on Instagram and YouTube if you want to see more videos about me, and definitely check the examples that I have on my page. And also let me know if you have any other method or anything that works that could help me also. All of us are learners, and hopefully this video helped some people. See you next time.